Good morning, everybody, and welcome to MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group. It is August 2nd, and you're watching the Overnight Action Report. And after a incredible earnings release from Apple, beat by 10 cents, stock is up basically about 9 and some change. Tech names across Asia basically moving to the upside, but not as much as you would expect after what it was perceived as an incredibly strong earnings announcement out of Apple. Taking a look at the Japanese Nikkei, did finish up 4.47%. That's good for 94 points and challenging that now over 20,000 level. What's notable here is two things. One is watch the dollar. The dollar continues to slide but is now basing. That's important to watch. Strength in the dollar could put pressure on the yen. That could be further catalyst to the upside. But if the dollar weakness continues, folks, yen will stay strong, and that'll put pressure on the Japanese markets. Overnight, you saw Honda Motors, after the sales release here in the United States from Honda and Toyota, which were impressive, really beat the pants off of Ford and GM. Honda was up 3% overnight. Now, taking a look, though, at the Bank of Japan, member of the Bank of Japan, Fumoro, I'm slaughtering his name, I apologize, basically just said that the price momentum at this juncture is not going to meet their inflation target of 2%. That put the brakes on what would have been probably a more boisterous upside move. Keep an eye, again, on the US dollar-Japanese yen pair. If the Japanese yen starts to firm up, you're going to see it break down here. If the US dollar starts to get stronger, you're going to see a breakout here. Right now, the dollar is flat at this juncture. Yen's still holding up. So it's in that battle zone between the 20 and 50-day moving average. That means that if you're bullish on the yen, you're going to want to see a break of the 50-day moving average, or in other words, get below 108.37. We'll watch that one very closely. Taking a look at the Shanghai composite, a lot of activity going on in China. Now, the Trump administration came out and they said they're going to start looking at the trade practices as well as the intellectual property practices in China. Now, the Chinese Shanghai composite finished the overnight session down 7.5 points. Some weakness there. Looks like on a monthly basis you're seeing that the bears are still in control, but on a daily chart you can clearly see that China has been in favor. There was a pullback here. You're going to want to watch on the Shanghai composite. You're going to want to watch 3,231. That's going to be the short-term 20-day moving average. A test there could put Chinese equities on a little bit of a, let's say, pause on the upside. What's notable, though, is the People's Bank of China has basically said that their monetary policies are going to continue. They've done some huge infusion of capital into the markets, either through infusing direct capital or reverse repo. So interesting activity there. Hong Kong moving to the upside, again, with the PBOC still very committed to injecting capital. That was good for financials. That was good for the property names. And we're going to start to watch this very closely, especially if we see the U.S. inquiries on intellectual property and trade practices continue to uptick by the Trump administration. Finally, taking a look at India. Now, India was down 98 points. That's good for 0.3% to the downside. Now, you can clearly see that the Indian markets right now are getting into a little bit of a top-heavy consolidation. We're going to watch 32,061 as the next level of support to be challenged. But really what you're going to want to watch here is watch sectors like the information technology consulting sector, Tata Consulting, Infosys to the downside. We're going to watch drug names, Dr. Reddy's being most notable. These were all under pressure overnight. We're going to watch this very closely because this could be a good indication of whether or not the growth that is anticipated by the markets that has been since the election and now in the first 2 quarters of this year is going to continue with such great momentum that we've seen over the course of the last 7 to 9 months. All right, folks, that is it right now for the Overnight Action Report. Join me as I'm going to be talking about Europe in about 15 minutes. So we'll see you here at MarketStream.live. Have a great day.